this is Melinda from Click Winning Content, and in this video we'll have a look at how to drill into your Google Analytics data to see how many people are reading your blog articles. So when you log into Google Analytics, you'll see this audience overview screen. For today's video, we'll click here, Behavior, then Site Content, then All Pages. And this is the screen that shows a list of all the different pages of your website, including your blog articles, and how many page views they've had, how long people spent reading them, the bounce rate, and other stats along here. So this link here is actually the part of the URL of that article or page that appears after your domain name. So if you weren't sure which page or article this was, you can actually just click here and it'll open, and that will confirm. Another tip with analytics, it always defaults to showing 10 rows of data, but you can click this one down here and show as many as you want. So that will depend on how many pages you have and how many blog articles you've written. So let's have a look at an example. So this is the analytics account of my tennis blog, and here's an article that I wrote after the Australian Open this year. So it's this part of the URL after my domain that will appear in this list in Google Analytics. So if you have a lot of articles like I do, here's a good tip. So just find some words in that URL that are unique to that article. So let's go with Happy Slam. You can pop them in this search field here. Put them with a hyphen the same way they appear in the URL. And it will filter out just the results for that article. So here you can see that article had 342 page views, 311 unique people had a look at it. This is how long they spent reading it. Quite a high bounce rate, so that's a good tip for me. Perhaps I should have gone back and put some more links in it or some other things that people could read to bring the bounce rate down there. But that's just, yeah, one of the aspects you can review. So another good tip, you might say, well, that's awesome that article had a reasonable amount of page views, but where did they come from? So this is gold, this tip, in my opinion. Come up here to secondary dimension, type SOU for source, and select this one, source medium. And this will break down which traffic sources and mediums brought the visits to that blog article. So here you can see Google Organic, there was 98 page views, so it must have ranked somewhere in the free Google Organic search results for people to find it there. This one, T.co referral, that's the link shortener I use for Twitter. So people were sharing it on Twitter and obviously click through from there. Direct is people that came direct to my blog because perhaps they've saved it or they look out for my wrap-up article or whatever. So they went direct to the blog and read it from there. Here's an example of some people that click through from Facebook. Even one from Instagram, which is awesome, some different organic traffic. So it's really handy to review your blog articles. I'd say wait a week or two after you publish them. Make sure the date range is set to before you published it, you know, perhaps the day before up to the current day. See how many page views it's had, compare it to how many page views your blog articles normally get, and you'll get a feel for, you know, the type of headlines you should include, the type of content that your readers find interesting, and that'll give you ideas about what kind of things to write more of. And if there's some articles that aren't getting any traction, you know, you can always go back and share them again on your social media, but perhaps they're ones that your audience isn't as interested in. So maybe put your time and energy into the ones that get more widely read. So hope this video was interesting for you, and thanks for watching.